All right, all right. Hello, everybody. Yeah, we're here. Are we live? No? Maybe? Maybe not. Please let me know if you can hear me or you can see me. All right. So, yeah, the news is already out there and everybody knows why we're here for, right? Everybody knows why we're here for. This is the show that I didn't want to make, to be honest with you. I don't feel like making it, but this is part of my occupation to give people the voice. So I'm going to try to give you the voice and not me talking. Okay. I will try to invite people if you want to talk, because what can I say? What can I say? It's Frank Lampard, man. This is, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah. So people say that they can hear me, they can see me, which is good. So bring your agendas, man. Bring everything. Everything you want. Some people are happy. Bring your celebration. Show your celebration. Like the video if you want to encourage a depressed guy like me today. Some likes don't hurt anybody, right? So yeah, here we are, man. This is not the video that I expected to make, or a live that I expected really to go, because Frank Lampard. Yesterday, I was so happy we won the game. I was so positive about the next coming games, but the decision was already made for a long time now. Was just waiting for the right time to announce it. So, somebody. So I'm gonna invite some people and hear from them. Okay. So you have the link. If you wanna come and talk to us, you're very welcome. Thank you, everybody. We are almost 200 people. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Just keep it respectful. Frank Lampard is gone already. There's no need for you to be mean, okay? You got your your wish. You got your wish. There's nothing he can do about it. He's sucked. So I don't think you should just continue your insulting, That just shows you, that tells everything you want to know about yourself. So keep it respectful. He's gone, and let's wait the perfect manager to come and win. So if you don't want to keep it respectful, I'm gonna block you immediately. Like this guy here, Thomas Tuchel, who started insulting Frank Lampard family and all that. So you are gone, because we don't need you here. Gone forever. You don't have to come back to this channel again. DJ, well, you wanna say something?
Yeah, just going from your earlier show. I've actually been listening, listening and obviously watching the whole Twitter fan bases, and there's again the fan base are divided again. A lot of them are actually quite upset Lampard is out. A lot of them are actually saying they're happy Lampard is.
Some of them are just hypocrites, though.
Yeah.
Some of them are just hypocrite because it's it makes you feel, I don't know what to say, feel better about sucking or not sucking. But we know sometimes you can just read the person and tell exactly his position. But I know what you mean. Divided, yeah.
Yeah, it is a bit divided. As I said before, I got laughed at on one of the another streaming show I went on to, because I said that I was actually surprised he was actually gone, because I actually thought he was going to get given the Wolves game. And literally, I was literally told in so many words that, you know, you're reading too much to what they say on social media, mate. But what I turned around and said in my comments afterwards was actually, goes, no, it's not what I actually read on Twitter pages. It's actually what I read on the Chelsea Fifth Stand app, which is actually a Chelsea official webpage, yeah, done by the football club. And on that particular football app actually said that, you know, as I was saying to you a couple of days ago, that they don't really want to. They want to give Frank Lampard time because of his status at the football club, and they're going to see how it goes. But what I did say, which was correct, was if they were to make the change, they will bring in a manager now and not, and he won't be an interim manager, because I think with them giving him an 18-month contract, I don't think it's going to be interim. I think Tuchel is going to be there. He's going to be there to sort out this season and whatever the situation because of what's happening there at the moment. And I think he'll be given next season as well. I think that's I think it's a roll-on contract he's got, so to extend it again, should he? What do you call it? Should he do well? But he's gone in there full time, not as an interim. So you know they've definitely backed that up when they said they're not giving an interim position. They've said it's going to be someone they're going to bring in full time. But yeah, it's to one of our legends of the football club, mate. I think that's what's making it sad for everyone. I think, you know, it's more to the fact that it's Frank Lampard, and I think that's why it's more for fans to actually, that for some fans not to take it in at the moment because of what he was at the football club. But as I said, you know, this is sentiment. You know, Roman. We know Roman doesn't do sentiment. He did a little, as I said, he did a little talk on his thing. He made some comments afterwards as well about how hard it was to make that decision. He made, Lampard was fully aware apparently of why he made that decision, but he said that he's always welcome back to the football club. And you know what else, August, is the funny thing of all? Guess who Frank Lampard is linked with today? Straight away after that news went out.
Where?
Celtic.
He's going. He's going
not
to Celtic.
100% Celtic. No. But he's been linked. Apparently, his name's been mentioned as a replacement for the manager there.
No, this is just a popular. You know, it's just kind of gonna make sense. Gerrard and Frank Lampard, Celtic and Rangers. I don't think he's going there. That is just my opinion, but I've seen all crazy things. Going on, so it could be.
But it's just funny though. It's just funny that, you know, I mean, I've said it in our pages, in our talks before. Not 100% saying it was going to ever happen, but for him to actually even be mentioned or even linked, okay, even it's rubbish talk, to be linked with the Celtic job is actually.
Well, I've seen it. I've seen it in the last couple of months, though. People like making, you know, people making it look like that is his level, and he need to go there. And now it's going to be. It's gonna make sense right now, but I don't think he's going to Celtic or anything. It's yeah. So we have another Michael. Michael, what do you have to say? Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yes. What do you have to say? Yes, sir. What do you have to say?
Today, I'm very sad today. Seriously, I'm not getting good news. You have to leave Frank Lampard to coach the team. I don't know. The major problem, they have to relax. Now, if this coach will go and too sure like this, I don't believe in him. Seriously, he can't take cap. We have to give like Lampard chance to coach this team like 5 years. After 5 years, we can judge him. I don't know.
But he's gone now. He's gone now, so it's too late.
We support the too sure like that. I pray for him to get a next team to coach. For now, the too sure to before we can talk anything about him, we have to play Tuesday. We will play Tuesday or Wednesday with that and see him performance and see how things will be going on.
Yeah, you have a little problem with your audio. Your audio is so bad, bro. So if you can fix it and come back, I will really appreciate that. And we have Baggy TV. What do you have to say, bro? I think you called it earlier than anybody.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I wasn't.
How you doing,
I knew it was going to happen. I wasn't keen on it. wasn't keen on seeing it happen, but I knew it was going to happen. Personally, I would have wanted more time, but it was bound to happen. And it's a sad day for Chelsea to see us part ways with Frank Lampard. But at the same time, I think looking forward to the future, I think it might be a positive step. It might be a positive step, hopefully. And I want to say thank you to Frank Lampard for doing his best and trying to make it happen, trying to make it work. Unfortunately, it just didn't happen. But thank you for trying at least.
Okay. Modestus, what do you have to say?
Yeah, good afternoon, my brother.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Honestly, I'm not happy. I'm not happy. It was a sad day, a very sad day. But we have to move on. I love Chelsea as a football club, not any individual, not a player, nor coach. I will support Chelsea in any decision. I don't trust Tuchel, but we have to give him our support so that we see how he will take Chelsea far. That's what I will contribute. I have to support this club, not Lampard or any player.
Okay.
But I'm not happy. I'm not happy for
point. Yeah. Fair point. I hope we all can go now and support Tuchel.
Yeah, we have to support Tuchel.
Regardless of many things that have been said about him. Maybe he learned his lesson. He got the experience from PSG, freestyling and all that. So, people can change, just like players. Every year they get older and they get better.
I'm a very good fan of Baggy. I'm greeting Baggy.
Oh, Baggy. Okay.
I'm greeting.
All right.
All right, brother. Nice to have you here, brother.
Okay, so, man, talk to me, man. I don't know what to say. I don't know. This is the show for you guys. For Baggy, DJ, go ahead, man. It's for the people.
Yeah. I want to know what DJ has to say about this. I want to get his feedback.
How you doing, Baggy? You all right, first of all, bro? You okay?
Yeah, all right, mate. Yeah, I'm good. Cheers. Thank you.
Yeah, I have to say, mate, I am disappointed, obviously, about the news. I mean, I've always said I've never been Lampard in, I've never been Lampard out, but I've always supported the manager and the football club for what they do. In terms of the decision they made today, I was a little bit surprised because, as I said, I thought he was actually going to be given the Wolves match, but I think it was more to the fact that he got a win against Luton yesterday, and maybe the club felt that they didn't trust him in going into this Wolves game on Wednesday, thinking we're going to get a win out of it. And I guess they thought maybe do the decision now, so he goes in on he finishes at the football club on a high with a win. I don't know what you guys think on that, but. For me, it's a bit of a disappointment. Tuchel, I mean, everyone's talking about Tuchel, the brand of football he plays, what he'll bring to the football club. Time will only tell. I mean, the guy seems to have done well wherever he's been, but I also know the guy's also had issues with boards as well, and I just hope that doesn't come into decline at any point this time of the season. Not now, anyway. We don't need it now. I think we just need to get the players all together now. We need to get a strong thing with all the players together and just go on now and see what we can do our best and win games now.
Yeah. Regarding what you said about this being a game that we knew he was going to win, and it was always going to be his last game. I read somewhere, and I can't remember who wrote the article, but I read somewhere that Frank Lampard knew that this was going to be his last match. And that's one of the reasons why he gave the captaincy to Mason Mount.
Right, I did see that.
Yeah, I read it somewhere. I just can't remember where I read it. I mean, I've been reading a whole bunch of stuff. And I think it might have been Simon Johnson that said it, to be honest. I'll have to double check. But he knew that it was going to be his last game. And he told a couple of the players, not all the players. And I think that was a farewell game for him, and Mason Mount was given the captaincy because of that. Also, lads, if you saw the body language yesterday, I mean, the performance wasn't great, result was okay, but did you see the body language of Hakim Ziyech as he was coming off the pitch?
Yes, I did.
He wasn't happy. He wasn't happy.
Yeah.
And I don't think he wasn't happy because he was being substituted. I think he wasn't happy because of the performance, because of this the standard that he was seeing around him. I also read that one of the reasons why Lampard was sacked, a couple of the reasons why Lampard was sacked, wasn't just because of the results. It was because Lampard was having problems with players. He was having problems with the board, and him being persistent about certain transfers and certain players.
Declan
And
Rice in particular.
apparently, Declan Rice, exactly. He's one of the names that was mentioned. The board and Lampard don't see eye to eye in a lot of the transfers, and you all know that Chelsea don't normally give managers that much freedom when it comes to transfers. They like to get the players that they want to, they want to see for the club for marketing purposes, etc., etc. And that was one of the reasons why, there was a lot of issues with previous managers. Lampard was given more flexibility with that, but at the same time, I think that he might have gone a little bit too far. Another point that I read was the fact that Lampard is not strategically or tactically sound when it comes to his management. We've all seen that. It's not just me or whoever what the article is talking about. We've all seen Lampard failing tactically, and I think these are all together the reasons why he was told to go.
Okay,
Unfortunate, but
Alex, you still there, brother? Alex?
Yeah, you all right, guys? How are you?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, Alex.
Not aiding, Alex.
I don't know to think about it. Like, I think he did have to go, but I didn't expect it now. But but I think, to be honest, now thinking about it, it's probably the best time. I think he did have to go, but it's kind of the best time. It's kind of the best time to kind of just to do it, because now, like, the next 2-3 games, Wolves and Burnley, 2 games to kind of, the thing is, it was bound to happen sometime this week, because also looking at February, the month of February, like, look, the busy schedule that we have and the big games that we have, February was kind of the month. It was kind of a deciding month, and if Lampard was still the manager, then maybe that could have had a big effect. But I don't know. Now, Guzman, I don't know. I think there's some positives and negatives about him. I kind of.
Tuchel, you mean?
Oh, sorry. So yeah, Tuchel. Yeah, sorry. With Tuchel, there's some positives and negatives about him. Like, I think he has managed big players, and with likes of Neymar and Mbappe, and it's kind of, and he has got to those big stages, even if he didn't win the final. Like, he did get to the point to there. Is it the French league? Is it a question if he have the mentality, and is he strong enough to compete in the Premier League compared to where the other leagues he was? Who knows? That's the question. Maybe that he's worked under Thiago Silva, and he did bring up Pulisic from Dortmund when he used to work at Dortmund in the old time, kind of the days. So he's probably got a good relationship with Pulisic, which is a good thing. 18-month contract, and yeah, I don't know. Like, to be honest, I want to see how it goes, but I'm still not. I'm still just wondering if it will work. But I still kind of wanted Nagelsmann in the summer instead of Tuchel. I don't know. I just had this feeling with Tuchel that something also him and the board and could also kind of have a clash. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, that's all.
Yeah, probably they already talked about those issues, and maybe they get a guarantee from Tuchel that he's not going to be a troublemaker. What do you say, Mr. Amadi?
Hi everyone. Honestly, yeah, it's a great big disappointment for us. I know the season hasn't gone well with Chelsea, losing a lot of games. We started really pretty well, and along the line we started losing, which I know was going to come at a point in time, because we had new players that never played with each other. It was a difficult one to assemble them to play together.
Mm-hmm.
I knew this moment will come. When we started losing, from the very first match we started losing, I was wondering what kind of selections Lampard were making.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't consistent with his selection, switching and there, it was not just the best approach, knowing fully well we have stars in our midst. But I'm not going to take blame to Lampard alone. I think our players contributed to what happened to Lampard today. I used to see Chelsea with a fighting spirit where they fight, at least when David Luiz was there, he fights to make sure we get a point, not lose the whole point. But this set of team, I never saw that resilience. There is no energy to chase the ball. Once we lose the ball, everyone is jogging. Nobody's pushing for.
Yeah.
I admire the likes of Kovacic, who is always trying to push forward, but he can't do it alone.
Did you just say Kovacic, right?
Yeah, I said Kovacic because he's a forward-thinking player. I like the players who think forward. Kovacic, Mason Mount, but the only problem I got with Lampard was his combination with Mason Mount, Kovacic, and N'Golo Kante. It's never played well. That's the only problem I have in the midfield. Overall, our players are being sluggish, slow. There is no hesitation that we're going to win a game. And once we are down, like 1-0 down, that's it. There is no fighting spirit to come back.
Okay.
I believe Lampard should be given like opportunity, but it is what it is, and it has jeopardized his future in Premier League. In terms of he needs to go somewhere else and prove himself and come back, it's going to take a long time. And speaking presently, I don't think any club in Premier League will want to employ him with his success rate so far. Maybe he will go back to Derby Count, I don't know, but honestly, this is a blow. I wasn't expecting this, even though he won the game yesterday, but honestly, it's a blow.
Don't write people off. Never say never. The Derby County, it's Rooney right now, and I think Frank Lampard is better than that. I mean, if he was given a chance until the end of the season, it's a Chelsea thing. I don't want to get there, but hey, I respect your position. And Mr. Bears One, can you hear us? Bears One, unmute yourself.
Yeah.
What do you have to say?
Man, I'm so disappointed. I'm really sad at the moment. Literally, I mean, I'm disappointed with some Chelsea fans, the way how they were carrying on, because we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So really, Green Turf, man, gotta say, I respect you a lot.
Man, I respect everybody.
Watch me. I love you so much. I love you because you're so honest, on everything you say about this club. Because I've been supporting Chelsea in 2006 up to this time, and man, I'm so sad at the moment, man. I love Frank Lampard, but I just find Roman should have given him a bit more time. At least give him to the end of the season. But I mean, but right now, I'm really worried. But at the same time, I'm an optimistic person. So we got to back this manager. But really, I'm disappointed with some of the Chelsea fans because we were carrying on like some of the clubs. I don't want to cause any trouble, but I think
that's what it is, man. You can't control people's emotion.
Sorry, I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna say this, but I think some of the Chelsea fans caused this as well for Frank Lampard being sacked, because social media plays a big part, and I'm really disappointed with some of the Chelsea fans, He's one of us because Frank Lampard, he give us special times, special moments, everything. But I mean, he's new, so give him time. So sacking him now didn't make sense to me, Leave him to the end of the season and see, what come. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. So
I respect your opinion, brother, but other people also. You have to respect. Go ahead.
Green Turf. So I'm gonna say hi to everybody and let's support this new manager, but I'm really sad. And Green Turf,
Yes,
Keep up the
sir.
good work, brother. Keep up the good work, man.
Thank you for your support, man. Come time, anytime you want, man.
No
This
problem, man.
channel
Bless,
is for the
bless,
people.
man.
Blessing. All
Okay,
right.
quickly, so yeah, a great player. Thanks for the memories, but he has on the points tally, he has been since Roman Abramovich, since 2000, since Abramovich took over, he's been the worst total points manager that we've had since Roman Abramovich. So of all the managers, he's been the worst one, and that's why he got sacked. That's the whole point. The only thing we can thank him for is that he's kind of brought the youth. So he's brought kind of these new players like Mason Mount, Tammy Abraham, Hudson-Odoi, Reece James. I think that's the only thing that we can thank him for. But I think, to be honest, the whole Frank Lampard thing is, it was too early for him. I think he will be a good manager. I think it just comes with time. You know what I mean? Like, there's no many managers who are just always jumping at a job. The only manager who's kind of done that is Zidane at Real Madrid, but no any of the big managers have ever gone to the very first club.
There is a context, though. There is a context. If you compare Zidane when he has to build his own team, now he's struggling for 2 seasons just building the team. But when you take over Ronaldo in his prime, you take all the big Galactico names on their prime. It's different taking over with a transfer ban, a bunch of kids, and all of a sudden sign 7 players and try to accommodate them with the pandemic, virus, illnesses, injuries. It didn't help. So there is a context, but sometimes we just refuse. We just refuse to.
This is the Roman way how things are done. Like I think that's what you have to accept. And I think that there is something in me thinking that the whole. When last season, when there's no managers, when Chelsea had a transfer ban, there was no many managers who wanted to come into a club where there was no players to buy, and it was kind of more of like to be honest, like some kind of a PR stunt just to kind of bring the fan base together with Frank Lampard, bring them together, raise some kids, and also all the money that's been spent. I think I always do think that a lot of the money does get spent is not only just always Lampard's decisions, it's also the club's decisions to think that we let's buy Kai Havertz, that he's free on the market, he's 21, he'd be good for the future for the next upcoming managers. And then the other thing is this, he's playing players in the wrong positions. Timo Werner when he started playing. He started brilliantly, and then once we have Hudson-Odoi on the bench, when we get the striker injured, he puts Werner on the left wing and destroys his confidence. It's just and then even Kai Havertz. First new league, young player, COVID world. Let him develop into the player. Like take time with him. The first game puts him in the wrong position where he doesn't play. Like it doesn't. It's just not the right thing. So
I respect your opinion. I think, you understand that I'm gonna be biased on this one, but I think there is a context behind him using them
I agree.
apparently in a different positions. But I think Werner never ever played like a proper winger. But that is another debate. But it is what it is. He's sacked now, and I hope everybody is going to be happy, and we're going to start winning games.
The last formation that he played was the right formation for Werner.
Well, how many games? How many goals he scored? That's also because you talked about confidence, but he played in the right position according to you, but looks like he didn't perform. He missed the penalty. He performed good, but
we're not playing to his strengths. Lampard wasn't playing around his strengths.
Okay.
He was just crossing the ball every time. But like the last game against Luton, that was the only time where I saw Werner actually have an impact on the game. He was actually. It was kind of the type of way that he was playing back at Leipzig, where he had Poulsen as a kind of the main kind of striker, and then it was kind of a centre forward, kind of behind the striker, and I think that is the best way.
I respect your opinion, brother. DJ been very quiet. I saw him walking. We saw you, brother. You put the camera a little bit. We saw you walking.
Sorry,
Yeah,
no,
I understand, bro.
I pressed it by accident, bro. That's what it was. I didn't mean to do
I saw
that.
you walking. You have
No,
anything to say? Maybe very quickly because
yeah.
you're still at work, so I respect that.
No, it's okay. I can talk. No, I'm on a situation where I agree with Alex, and I can also understand. I'm also seeing from two perspectives point of view. I think what we know is when Frank Lampard obviously came in last season, you know, this whole transfer ban situation, you know, with the situation we're in, the players that we couldn't sign, and he brought the youth through and all that. This season, though, he has been given the money to spend, and you know, I think as I said to you, I think the only thing that really gets me a bit disappointed with him, and you know, and as I keep saying, is that when I see managers, you know, these passionate managers like your Guardiolas, like your, you know, Klopps in particular, when something is not going right on a field of play, the players are looking across the bench and they're looking for some kind of impetus from the manager, you know, some kind of an instruction, some kind of a, you know, thing. I mean, he's there folding his arms, and the players are thinking, "What are we supposed to do, boss? Tell us what you want us to do." And I know he gives the players instructions to go out there and do what they need to do, okay. But sometimes the players still look at the bench to see if there's anything else that needs to be done in the match. Things need to be changed, and you can see the passion, you know, with the likes of a Guardiola, you know, like a Klopp. And I think that's the only thing I'd say with. And then you look at Jody Morris sitting there on the bench as well, and you know he's just there with his arms folded, or he's smiling about something or another. But realistically, instead of actually like barking out instructions of what we need to do.
I think that is natural though, because not everybody is going to be like Antonio Conte, jumping all over the place. But
I'm not saying that. I'm not asking for a man to jump over there. I'm not asking for that. All I'm basically saying is I just want to see my manager being a little bit more passionate, emotional. I know he's passionate about the football club, but just to be a little bit more emotional and tell the players what to do. And I think when you're seeing that, I mean, even they did that thing the other day when we were playing Leicester City. There was a thing on the Sky that showed it out when they had both managers with their arms folded. And the only reason why Brendan Rodgers had his arms folded is because his team was winning. They were doing brilliant. He didn't need to say much instructions. It's just ours was just sitting there, standing there, and there was really nothing coming out of him. And that's the only thing I was missing. Whereas last season, before the transfer, when he first came over, he was all over that. He was like giving out instructions here, go and do this, go and do that. But this season, it's like, whether it may be the players maybe that have made him go this way and he's just kept quiet and there's more player power around, I don't know. But I'm not saying his passion is not there for Chelsea, because I know his passion is there for Chelsea. I just think that just this season, he's been caught out as well. He's stubborn to change his formations as well. I mean, I know he did that a few times now, but that's my only thing. But as I keep saying, I'm not a Lampard hater. As I keep saying, I've got the man's shirt 3 times with all my kits that I've got on my back of it with his name at the back of it. You know, and you know that's, you know, so all I want to do is just see my club doing well and going up. And seeing as in the position that we're in at the moment, it really does hurt me as a Chelsea fan seeing that, because I know we are much better than that. We are far better than that.
I completely understand that. What do you think about Rudiger is going to be the number 1 on the on the starting 11? Baggy, what do you think about Rudiger back again?
Before I talk about Rudiger, I want to address some of the points that a lot of the guys made. And I want to start off by addressing the guy, I think his name was Base One, who
the Base One.
Base One, I agree with him. You know, he was talking about, you know, fans, they shouldn't be happy and they shouldn't be joyful that Lampard has been sacked, and I agree. I am a big critic of Frank Lampard in respect to the way he's been managing, the way he's been doing things. But believe me, you know, I have no joy in seeing him getting the sack. I have no joy whatsoever. I am unhappy about it. I am disappointed that we got to this point. Is it the right decision? Debatable, because I was thinking that maybe giving him to the end of the season might have been a more productive method, but that is not my decision. The club has decided to let him go today. You know, fair play to the club, fair play. They're the ones who signed him. They're the ones who can let him go. I take no joy in Frank Lampard being sacked. At the same time, in regards to points that were made about the way we're playing, about the systems and whatnot, this is all in the past. This is all gone now. I totally agree with what DJ said about the players and motivating the players, and with him having his arms crossed pretty much all the time. Frank Lampard had a team that looked up to him heavily last season. Academy lads. It was easy for him to motivate them. All he had to do was, a couple of words, and they'd be motivated. They'll be out there doing it. Today, he has a team of foreign players, predominantly superstars, predominantly, who have come with a big price tag. It is a different system and a different method to motivate these lads. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to do that. Like I said, this is all in the past. We should look forward, and we should look forward in respect to who is going to be our big names, our big players. Rudiger is not going to be a big player. I don't think he is. I mean, he might get more playing time, but I don't really think he is going to be our player moving forward. Tuchel, his system, his style of play, I'm not really too sure how we're going to be adjusting, what adjustments he's going to be making. But one thing I do know is the new geezer has a better tactical awareness than Frank Lampard, and that might be just what we need to steady the ship, as they would say.
Yeah, Alex.
Sorry, can I just ask Baggy a quick question?
Sure.
Baggy, can I ask you a quick question, bro? What do you think with Tuchel coming in now, do you think this could hinder the likes of Hudson-Odoi and players like that now, or do you think he's going to give Hudson-Odoi more game time?
I think so. You see, that's the thing. I think Tuchel will probably give Hudson-Odoi more of an opportunity than Frank Lampard did, because I think Frank Lampard, as we talked about, I think it was yesterday on the Burton Ballers, Frank Lampard has a reluctance to play Hudson-Odoi because he wants to teach him something. He wants to show him something. He wants him to develop in a certain way, a more disciplined manner, rather than when it comes to his ability. However, I think Tuchel will be less likely to look at that and more likely to look at what the lad can offer on the pitch and push for that. So I think it won't be a hindrance. I think it will be a bigger opportunity for Hudson-Odoi to progress. There are other players, however, who I think will see less game time because of this change, but not Hudson-Odoi.
I think Mount will definitely be playing less, but I think he still has an integral part in the team. I think because I think Tuchel's not stupid. I think obviously before he took the job, he knows in what situation Chelsea is in the moment and what players they have. Like if you think about it, at the moment, the Chelsea squad is actually probably strong enough to actually win a league title, but he just needs a bit of a well-coached manager. At the moment, he doesn't. I think he's probably like Roman Abramovich. This is how he gave his job. Okay, look, you got 18 months. This is the team. There's already a lot of money being put into the team. There's a lot of good players and different types of players to play different types of formations. Maybe bring one or two players in your team just to kind of reinforce that. But then, really, at the moment now, it's just a managerial job for him to do and to work out the best, to get the best out of all the players in his squad. So, I think that's
I agree with you. And to be honest, I think we're going to see a new player take the focal point that Mason Mount has been taking. I mean, we're Chelsea fans, and we know what players are doing what for the team. Mason Mount, he's been playing well, he's been performing well, but he hasn't done enough to be that focal point, in my opinion. I think.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, I think we'll be seeing Havertz get more game time. I think we'll. I mean, to be honest, I think if Tomori was still around, he'd be given more game time. And it is what it is. But I think Emerson will also be given more game time. I think the fact that Chilwell hasn't been performing, Frank Lampard still was pushing him, playing him.
Yeah, because I think there is still that English. Yeah, there was that kind of
Yeah.
English kind of managerial English players. So now bringing more of a foreign manager would, it would have a bit of an effect.
Yeah.
But I think, as I said before, I don't think Tuchel's is stupid about it. He knows what good players there is in the team, and I don't think.
Yeah.
I would be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked. I don't think he's going to change much. Actually, I think he's going to still try and play a very similar way, but just coach the players in a better way, and give them confidence. I guess. That's the only thing that we can hope for now, is that players will just have kind of this bounce. If you think about it, now let's have this bounce. Chelsea can be back right by the end of February. Obviously, Chelsea can really be back in the race. There's only 8 points. It's crazy. You think of how bad the season there has been. Even last year, 6 points. The last time anyone has ever qualified for a Champions League spot was, I think, Arsenal back in 2006. That's how long it's been since someone qualified for Champions League football with only 66 points last season. And even this season, so many teams are going through the same kind of phase of inconsistencies. Even during this season, for example, there was a period of where, I don't know, Arsenal, there was problems. Arsenal, there's problems at Liverpool. There was problems at Man United at the start of the season. There's problem at Man City. Problems at Tottenham. So every single team this season has been kind of on and off. There hasn't been one of those team. There has been that team where it has, like Liverpool last year, where they just ran out throughout everyone. So it's still close to core, and football changes quickly. Like 1 week,
it's open.
Yeah. It's open. It is literally open, and even Leicester. I wouldn't sleep on Leicester. There's so, but yeah, it's gonna be a fun end of the season, I guess.
It's definitely going to be entertainment. It's going to be value for money when it comes to entertainment. But you know what? You said that you don't think Tuchel is going to change much, and I agree and disagree. I don't think Tuchel is going to bring in formations that we haven't seen yet. I think the formations that he's going to play are pretty much the same ones that Lampard was using.
Agree, yeah.
That being said, he is going to change the strategy that we implement on the pitch. We're not going to see cross and hope. We're going to see more down the center, a build-up kind of system. We're going to see a different style of defending. Is it going to be a high line? Is it going to be a low line? Is it going to be a low block system? Is he going to have the wingers sit back a little bit deeper?
Yeah.
See, these are the little tweaks that Frank Lampard just never seemed to understand. That there is more to life than just bombing down the flanks.
Yeah,
and
I guess we just have to wait and see. And that's
where the change is going to be. Formation wise, I think it's going to be pretty much the same. The 4-3-3, the 4-2-3-1, maybe the odd variations with like we saw the other night with with Werner being as a 10. But it's going to be the tactics that are going to change rather than the formation.
Who do you think would be the starting 11 if we had to predict? So,
what would Tuchel?
Yeah,
I'll tell you what. That's a good question, and I'd like to go last. So DJ, you start off this.
I think.
You want to go first?
I think for me, if he's going to go with the starting 11, I think it will be. This is my rough guess here. It's not 100%, but yeah, it's going to be Mendy in goal. I think he'll go Reece James at right back. I think he'll go with Zuma and Silva in defence. I think he'll stick with obviously Ben Chilwell. The midfield is going to be an interesting one. I think Kante does come back into the team for me over Jorginho any day. I think you'll see more of Kai Havertz, possibly Kovacic or even Mason Mount in that midfield. And then it comes in. This is I'm going with the 4-3-3, I guess. And you're going to go with then obviously Timo Werner, I think, will be the man to lead the front. And I'm hoping the win backs for this moment in time, and I hope it will be only because of form at the moment, would be Hudson-Odoi on the left, because that's where I think he's more effective than the right, and Hakim Ziyech.
Yeah, but I think he is going to play Pulisic instead of Hudson-Odoi, even because I think he just knows him. He's had a relationship with him, and I think he will. because at the moment now he can only trust players. He needs to, I think, for at least for the first game, you know, I think he's not even.
Yeah.
I think even the players today have been told to come to training like in the afternoon. So who knows if like, but yeah, it's. I think same back five. I think he's not going to change them too quickly. I think Tuchel will be smart with that. He's not going to change too much too quickly. He's still going to have the similar field. It's going to be interesting. I think he will probably hopefully get the best out of Werner, but and then just have to hope and pray that.
Yeah.
Shall I make a shock prediction? I'm gonna make a shock prediction.
Go for it, bro.
It could be totally wrong, but I have a feeling Tuchel is gonna play Ziyech in the 10 role or the 8 role in at some point, and I think we're gonna see Pulisic and Callum also be on that page. Maybe Werner on the wing. The reason being is I think Ziyech has shown that he is a better option in the middle of the park rather than on the wings. He doesn't have the pace that you want for a winger, especially with the British style of gameplay. I think he is more productive whenever he cuts in, whenever he comes in. With that left foot, he can do some serious damage, and I think Tuchel might be using that. Just a guess.
Let me just say sorry because I was off for a few minutes. I had some issues here. Somebody smashed the internet box and everything, so I was off for a few minutes. And Tanish, we have a young brother from Australia. Yes, brother, we have you here, but
I've been on your stream now, but on
yeah, I know you. You don't need to. I know you. So yeah, let's keep talking, Baggy. Go ahead. Say whatever.
Yeah, no. Let's see what they have to say down under. What's their opinion about the sacking of Frank Lampard?
Okay, Tanish, go ahead, brother.
Okay. I reckon that Lampard was sacked too early.
Okay.
You should have given him at least one more game.
One more game. Okay.
Why don't you bring Tuchel in? He's obviously going to get sacked. Why couldn't we get someone like Nagelsmann in?
Well, he's still a manager. He's still managing now, so I think Tuchel was free and ready.
Yeah, I reckon, but I've heard rumors that Tuchel fights a lot with other clubs.
Well, maybe he would change. How about that? Maybe he learned from his mistakes.
But, the thing I'm looking forward to Werner and Ziyech changing. No, Werner and Havertz. Like, if both of those players do well, I'll be happy because Werner needs to play in the center now. Like, we should have 2 forwards up top, I reckon.
Okay, I respect that. So, are you positive about the future of Chelsea Football Club?
Yes, I reckon we could make top 4 this season, but Manchester United are not to be rude, Manchester United fans, but you guys are going a little bit too overhyped. Like you guys, because I've heard some Manchester United fans saying they'll finish first at the end of the season and stuff.
Okay, so do you see us finishing like top 4 or winning something?
I reckon maybe. Yes or no. I reckon we'll finish. It's not going to be easy finishing first now, but like anything can happen in football.
Yeah.
Like Leicester smashed us with tactics.
Okay, yeah. And tactics only, or players not?
Yeah,
good
players too. Like they look as a better team, better class. Like everything was better about them. Our team, like Lampard. I respect Lampard.
Mm-hmm.
I respect him.
Yeah.
But I have to give support to the new manager.
Mm-hmm. That's the way to go, brother. I respect that. So let's go around. Stay online, brother. And we're gonna. Anybody wanna say something? Respond to our young fan from Australia.
Why should Lampard have more game time? Well,
one more game, I reckon. Just
one more game.
But what was one game gonna change the perspective? Like, did you think he was gonna be able to get top 4 again? Because I think that's what Abramovich wanted then. And I think at the moment I think he did lose the dressing room, and the players didn't seem. A lot of the team looked not that confident.
It was kind of weird how he just got sacked after a window.
Yeah, but he spent 250 million in a window.
That's true.
And West Ham and Aston Villa are ahead of Chelsea at the moment, and we spent 250 million.
That tells you that it doesn't. Building a team is not something that happen overnight. Because if you look at the team that you're comparing right now, they've been together and they had maybe few windows that we don't talk about them because they are not Chelsea. But if you look at
Werner will get back to his confidence. I reckon. I believe in Werner because at the start he was kicking goals for fun. You've seen his quality before in the Premier League, a couple of games.
I want to add something here. In respect to Frank Lampard being given 1, 2, 3, 4 more games, it's irrelevant. Either we continue with him to the end of the season, or we part ways as we have done. It was never an option of giving him a couple more games. That's one thing. The second thing is this. In respect to Frank Lampard, it wasn't the results that got him sacked. In my opinion, it wasn't the results that got him sacked. It was his lack of tactics, his lack of motivation, his lack of ability to manage the team. Because right now, that is what we saw. Right now, this season, it became clear to us that he was lacking in those areas. Last season, he did it all right. Like I said before, the players that were around him respected him. They looked up to him. He was able to motivate them. Today, Frank Lampard can't do that. And that is what the management, so that's what the board have seen. And that is why he's got the sack, not because of the results. Results is something that he could work on. Maybe he can develop. Bad luck, good luck, etc., etc. But it's the way that he was managing. They could see that there was no ability to change that. And like the point that was, I think DJ made, with him having his arms crossed. Listen, body language plays a massive role in the perception from the players to their manager.
I reckon Frank Lampard, not gonna lie, guys, but I'm not a Frank Lampard hater.
Tanis, let me finish my point. If we look back at Sarri and especially Conte before him, they, some people will say they were over the top, but at least the players knew that there was passion, there was emphasis coming from the management that they had to, reflect on the pitch. When they look at Lampard and they see him, angry, upset, screw face, arms crossed, that doesn't fill them with something. They're gonna feel they're gonna be unhappy. They're gonna feel upset, and it's a reflection. The players will have a reflection from what the manager is doing, and that was a big factor. Google Frank Lampard. Google the name Frank Lampard and see the pictures that come up. All right, you'll find 10 pictures of him angry and 1 picture with him smiling. That's what you're going to see. And that is unfortunate.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with what you said, Baggy. Like, you were spot on with everything. Like, what you said about Frank Lampard, tactics, that's true. Like, if Frank Lampard actually did say, our team could actually be like a loss. Like, look at what happened to Tomori.
Yeah. So tomorrow is a big issue. I agree.
Yes, it's because of Lampard. So I reckon I'll back 2-2 in, and yeah.
Your background.
We will back whoever is given the job, and we will support them all the way. We're Chelsea fans, and we want to see the best for our club, whether it's Frank Lampard, whether it's Tuchel, whether it's anybody else.
Yes, spot on, bro.
Yeah,
absolutely correct.
Okay, guys, so we have to say hi to Monster CFC. Man, I'm so honored that the guy is here. This is my own brother. Bro, if you want to come in, come talk to us, bro. Great channel, great Chelsea channel. Go subscribe to Monster CFC, everybody. This is my own brother here.
Yeah, Monster.
Let's
Yeah,
send
no
him.
Monster. Well, yeah, subscribe to his channel for sure.
Great channel, bro. So you can copy this link and send to us, bro. We'll be more than happy to have you here. But if you don't have time, and maybe sometimes in the future we can do some collab and stuff. Thank you. Great job you're doing, bro. Okay, go ahead, people.
Hey everyone.
Oh,
Hey.
Mr. MP.
Yo.
How you doing, Goodies? You alright?
Yeah. Hey, first of all, Hugs, thanks a lot for putting this together. I've just been having a really screwed up work week. This was the last thing I needed, but I mean, I really don't know where we are going as a club with this. I mean, I don't see anything that's changed from sacking the last manager. Like, okay, so what? We get Tuchel for 18 months, and then what happens? I'm sure he's also going to start losing at some point, like every manager does. So where's the long-term solution? I mean, it's just very disheartening to see everything that's going on over here. And I don't blame everything on Lampard itself. Of course, there are things he could have probably done slightly differently, but given the context of things, I don't think it's really the kind of results we're seeing now is unexpected.
Yeah.
He's just been managing for what, 2 seasons now, and then we're what, 6-7 points from the top 4. And from this whole 3-year plan, I think he got the first year nailed down, and then what? They're like two more years, and now he's sacking halfway. 1.5 years. I really don't see where this is going, where we are going to go as a club, and what's going to happen.
Yeah, so we have the man himself here, Monster FCFC. What do you say, brother?
Hey,
Respect to
Monster.
everyone in here. Respect to the people in the chat as well, and to you, Green Turf. I've been watching your videos for quite a while, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you, man.
As for the Frank Lampard thing, listen, I think a lot of us agree that none of us wanted it to end this way. Everyone wanted the fairy tale fantasy of Lampard, winning the trophies for Chelsea, because it would have mean a lot that a legend that we all grew up on is now lifting a trophy with us. But at the same time, people do need to look at, because the way I looked at it is I'm looking at Lampard tactically and what he's doing, and there was a lot of things wrong, a lot of flaws. It seems like the player had given up on him. They didn't know what they were doing under him.
True.
You could I knew he was gone after the Man City game. During that post-match reaction as well, you could see it in his eyes.
Yeah,
he knew he was done. And also, Lampard as well. You've got to, if the players are not playing well, it's not going under your way. At the same time, you've got to put your hand around your players, instill some kind of confidence that you believe in them and things like that. You can't out them in the media, and at the same time, you had Jody Morris going on Instagram liking posts which were criticizing players as well. Like, it's childish, things like that. These little things, they add up and they affect your team. And I think unfortunately, it's hard to say this, but it was for the best that we had to at the time. We have to right now. He's not ready. He's not experienced enough. He needs to still learn. I know a lot of people saying he's learning on the job and things like that. Chelsea's not necessarily the place to learn on the job. Whether people like it or not, Chelsea is now probably a top 10 team in Europe, in the whole of Europe. So you don't have that time that everyone else has to learn on the job. And unfortunately, it just didn't work out. I don't think it would have worked out. I think even if we had kept him to the end of the season, it would have gotten worse and worse. So I think the board saw it and was like, all right, cool. Let's make the decision now. Let's let him go, and maybe another time he can come back to the club and work again. So yeah. But big ups to Frank Lampard. We all love him, and we respect the job he did. He did well for us getting us top 4 last season. So big ups to him.
Yeah. Anybody, if you wanna answer, if you wanna jump in.
Yeah, I want to jump in. I want to jump in. Monster, it's good to have you on the stream. I agree with everything you just said. And the point I'm going to ask you is, do you think Frank Lampard will return to Chelsea at some point in the future? That's the first. Well, that's the second question. The first question is this: do you think Frank Lampard will continue managing for the next few years, and then will he return to Chelsea?
Listen, Lampard will continue to get jobs.
Yeah.
He will 1,000%. I think he will even get if a Premier League job comes available. I think he'll be looked at, because for him to remember, look at the way he got the Derby job. It's not necessarily that he deserves the job, but his connections to football will always get him the jobs. So that's that. Now, in terms of him coming back to Chelsea, I think that's predicated on how well he does in management. You know what I mean, so if he improves and things like that, then yeah, he could well come back to Chelsea one day. You never know. I can't say for definite yes or no. I think that depends on how he performs as a manager moving forward in whatever team he manages.
Yeah, fair point.
Tanish?
Can I say something before I leave?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
So what I think about Chelsea is that I reckon our team was like collapsing so bad. But like I believe in my team. So like, there's a couple changes I reckon we should. I reckon there's no need to sign Haaland, to be fair.
Really?
No, we do need Haaland, but we have to make space for him somehow.
Okay, I respect your opinion, but
Giroud is going.
Yes, Giroud is going.
Yeah, Giroud is going.
But you got to also remember. You got to also remember.
Abraham might not ever play a game.
Listen, in order to be the best, you've got to be able to fend off competition. If you remember Drogba had a plethora, an array of different strikers he came up against and proved himself in it. He had Kezman, Crespo, Anelka, Torres,
Shevchenko.
Shevchenko. I can name on and on and on how many strikers Drogba came and fended off. If you know you're the best player at the best clubs, you're always going to get competition. You're never going to just get it's just your space just stamped on the starting lineup. That's not how big clubs operate. You know what I mean? Real Madrid had Benzema, they still brought in Luka Jovic. They had Ronaldo, they still brought in Gareth Bale. That's that's just how football works, man.
Yeah. So Tanish, thank you so much, brother.
See ya.
See you. And
I have to go sleep.
You go to sleep? Okay.
Yeah, it's 1 a.m. here.
1 a.m. in Australia. Wow. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Go get some rest. See you. All right. So what do you think about the German-speaking players? Do you think that Rudiger now got a chance to to be the number one choice?
But apparently, I was watching on just on Sky, and the reporters were saying that Tuchel hasn't been brought in only just because he's German and he's a German coach. He's also been going to be brought in because of he's kind of just the best one that they had to bring in. I think you can have some kind of effect on the German players, but I think a lot of Chelsea fans wouldn't want to see Rudiger play, in the starting 11. But if he gets the best out of Rudiger, Rudiger wasn't too bad under Sarri. If you can get him playing better in some kind of way, then that would be good. But who knows?
Tuchel's a good manager, though. Under Dortmund, he was a good manager.
Yeah.
Tactically, he's a very good manager as well. If you saw in the Champions League final, he basically snuffed out Bayern Munich. Obviously, Neymar and Mbappe missed their chances. But they lost. Bayern Munich were literally wiping the floor with every team in Europe. And look at how they struggled against PSG. And that was down to Tuchel and his tactics. The only thing I would say is the only worries I have about him is his relationship with boards. As you've known, every team knows him. He has a bad relationship with boards. It's not that he was doing bad at PSG that he was sacked. No, that wasn't the reason. The reason was because him and Leonardo couldn't get along. Do you know what I mean? So I'm worried with our history of falling out with managers. Could this be another situation again? That's the only reservation. But as a coach, as a manager, he's a very good manager. I think he'll be great for our team.
I want to address the Rudiger question. want to address the Rudiger question. You see, right now, the way we're defending is we have a main defender, excuse me, in Thiago Silva, and then we're having defenders playing off him, such as Zuma. We saw Zuma and Rudiger playing together, and both of them were not up to scratch. But when they're playing with Silva, they are able to do that. You see, this is what I'm trying to get at here. We need to get a good partnership going where we have both defenders are able to play off each other, regardless of who's on the pitch. Right now, Zuma is not there yet. Rudiger is not there yet, and Rudiger, excuse me, and Rudiger is older. Rudiger is less likely to hang around unless he's given me reassurances that he will become a more active an active choice in defense. So this is all the different things that Tuchel needs to address when it comes to the system, the tactics that he's going to employ. But one thing I am sure of is the way we're going to defend moving forward is going to be totally different than what we have been doing under Frank Lampard. Because Frank Lampard, with all due respect to him, doesn't have a defensive system. He relies on the skills of the defenders. We need to have we need to have a manager that's going to enforce a defensive system. And I think Tuchel is the man to do that, regardless of who's defending, Rudiger, Zuma, or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. With Thiago Silva, so I think that could be a positive thing.
Alex, I can't hear you, mate.
Alex.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, I was saying that he did bring up Thiago, like he did kind of. Thiago Silva was the captain at PSG, so he's got a good relationship with him, and I think having a good relationship with your main starting centre back is a positive thing. And then also with Pulisic, I think you can get the best out of Pulisic because of he did kind of bring up Pulisic himself. So
then it's a danger for Callum though.
Yeah, but
Think so?
I can't. Yeah,
I don't think so.
Tuchel is known for bringing youth into the frame. I mean,
because of Pulisic, Pulisic.
Dembele as well, wasn't it?
Yeah,
he
also,
gave Dembele a chance.
Yeah, he did it at Dortmund, didn't he? He was giving all youth a chance at Dortmund, and I think with the situation with Chelsea. Sorry to interrupt you, there, Monster. Yeah, with the situation with the youngsters at Chelsea, I think players like Odoi, Reece James, Mason Mount still. I think they will still get their chances. Maybe not so much Mason Mount as much, but I still think the likes of Odoi and Reece James will. And I think he's one of those kind of managers. He's a patient manager. He will get the best out of the players. And I think you're saying I know he knew Pulisic at Borussia, but I think he also dropped him a few times in games as well when he wasn't performing. So I don't think it's going to be cut and dry that Pulisic is going to get in the team left, right, and all the time. I think there will be a rotation of players, and I think it will be on form as well because he does play players on form. So I think it will be Odoi or Pulisic, whoever's got a better game. One of them will obviously start a game, and obviously you've got Hakim Ziyech as well.
Okay, so before we jump to another topic, I would like to talk about Peter Cech. What is his future? Do you see any future for Frank Lampard backroom staff and Peter Cech? What is his position at Chelsea right now?
Cech should definitely be staying because he's not part of Lampard's staff or anything. He's more backroom. Those guys up in the technical roles and things like that. Whereas Lampard, I'm pretty sure Lampard's he's continuing his management journey. So don't be surprised if you see him next season or the upper season in a role, whether in the Premier League or the Championship. So yeah, they will stay on doing what they're doing. They will stay on.
Yeah, I think Per Cech has a dual career right now. Backroom staff, fifth choice goalkeeper, so he'll be around for a while with Chelsea.
Yeah, I agree with you. Alex, you still there? Alex is gone.
Alex is on mute, and so is DJ.
If you look at what the business that Chelsea did this season, besides even if the players haven't maybe played well, but we don't know yet under a new manager, and then I guess we'll know if these players are, have been kind of successful, but the business that's happened kind of through the summer was good. Like the way that Chelsea did spend the money, like bringing, instead of Arsenal buying Pepe, we actually brought Ziyech and Werner for the same price. So like there's the business that was done was good. So I think Czech should stay, and I think Czech does have kind of that involvement, kind of that big name kind of person, and he's kind of new also. So I think you do need a bit of. Yeah, I think he's done a good job, and I think he should continue.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Wow. Tammy Abraham. People keep on asking about Tammy Abraham future, but I think we already talked about it. And man, I don't even have any structure for this show. I just wanted people to talk, just give you the voice, because I'm still in shock. I don't know.
All right, Ogs.
Yes.
Ogs, let me ask a question.
Yes. Go ahead.
Do you guys think we're going to achieve anything this season in regards to trophies, in regards to qualification for the Champions League? Are we going to do anything this season?
We're winning the treble this season. Don't worry.
Yeah. All right. Positivity.
FA Cup,
He's going to do the Di Matteo.
No, trust me.
I think Tuchel's got a free hit now. So what he does is what he does. I don't think there's much pressure this season, because he's basically got this is going to sound harsh, but he's got to undo kind of the wrongdoings Lampard. I'm not saying it's wrongdoing, but you get what I mean. He's got to undo what Lampard, the mess that Lampard kind of left behind. I know that sounds very harsh, and I don't mean it in that way, but you guys get what
I know what you mean.
It's true.
He's got to just undo it and try to get Chelsea as high as he can, which I think he could get us back in top 4. It's a possibility, because we're not really that far off. We're about 7. I think we're like 7 points off Leicester. I think
8 points.
8 points off Leicester, and so we got a full season to go. So if he does, and there could be as well be a bounce where Chelsea go on a run and things like that. So it's possible to claw within that top 4. It's not over yet. As for the Champions League, depending on how good and how quickly he can implement his tactics, there is a chance. There is a chance we could beat Atletico Madrid. Before when Frank Lampard was in charge, I was like, that's done. It's over. But we'll have to just wait and see. I don't want to make no predictions and just scream, yeah, this and that is going to happen. We have to wait and see how he implements things and how he works with his players, and then we'll know. Do
you think that he's going to be in charge on Wednesday?
On Wednesday, maybe not. Maybe there could be a step in for just Wednesday alone, and maybe someone else will come in. Then he will come in after Wednesday, but because they're still yet to announce him as well, so it's possible he might not be in charge on Wednesday.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, man. So as we gather more information, and we will be live at some point tonight or tomorrow, I don't know when. So we're gonna go around and say goodbye. Let's start by Baggy TV, your last word, and we're gonna finish with Monster CFC. Everybody go subscribe. Great channel, great lad, my own brother. Please, Baggy TV also great channel. Let's go, Baggy.
Cheers.
What do you have to say,
All
bro?
right, my closing statement. I guess this is it. I want to say the following. I want to say thank you to Frank Lampard for his service as a player to Chelsea Football Club, and also as a manager. Last season, he gave us the qualifications to the Champions League. He brought through a lot of youngsters, and for that, I am truly thankful for that. This season, however, it was a tough season. It was rough, with everything that's going on. And again, thank you for being our manager, and we wish you the best of luck for the future. You'll always be a legend for Chelsea fans, and anyone who is giving him a hard time right now is not a true blue. So that's my remarks for today. Cheers, lads. Have a good one, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.
Thank you, Baggy. Thank you. Let's go to Alex. Alex, what do you have to say, brother?
just hope that Tuchel can get the best out of the players and get Werner back to scoring form, and just I mean, let's just hope that there's some kind of good end to the season, to be honest. And if you want to check out my Twitter, just at Alex Repetto, like REPETTO, like, and then 99.
Okay.
Always trying stuff there, and then let's hope that we can get back to winning ways, and we actually can have a good weekends and to watch football, actually enjoy football and not seeing boring and stressful football at the moment. So yeah.
All right, thank you, Alex. Come back anytime, brother.
No, for sure.
Really appreciate your presence. Okay, let's go to DJ. What you have to say, brother?
Yeah, bro. Echoing the same things Baggy's actually said in terms of Frank Lampard. Obviously, thank you for everything he's done. We go into a new chapter now at Chelsea Football Club. We move on. We get Tuchel in. We move back up the table. We're no longer going to be competing with West Ham and Wolves as our West Ham as our competitors. I don't know. We go back to where we should belong, which is top 4. And onwards and upwards now. And once again, bro, as always, thank you for having me on. Monster, peace out, bro. I'll catch up on the other streams that you're on,
Savage J, man.
Take care of yourselves. Peace.
Thank you so much, brother.
Bye.
All right, the man himself, man. Conclude this show. I don't have to say anything. You conclude the show and let.
Obviously, Chelsea fans, listen. No matter what, Lampard's always going to be a legend. He's always going to be Frank Lampard, the one we love and adore, the one we grew up watching. It is a shame that he has to go in this capacity. Now it's just time for us to get behind the team, get behind the manager, because at the end of the day, all we want is Chelsea to succeed in it. So let's get behind our team. Let's push them up the table as well with our praises and everything. And big up Chelsea. Big ups to you. Smash the like button, everyone. Subscribe to the channel.
Thank you, everybody.
And thank you, man. And thank you.
Thank you for coming in, bro. I didn't even expect you to come, but this is an honor for me. And let's do it often, brother. Let's do it often. And I'm ready to come to your channel and all that. Good work, man. Great work. Everybody, go subscribe to this great channel, my own brother. And I will talk to you later. God bless.
Man.
Be positive.
Definitely.